And good morning, everyone. Welcome to This Day.
Good morning. Today is Thursday, and it's November 21st, and it is National Gingerbread Cookie Day.
That's a good one. And I'm wearing a Christmas tie, so we're all
We're
set.
getting close. We're getting
close. Yeah, I love gingerbread cookies. All right, on our show today from the Orange County Sheriff's Department, we're going to have a captain here who is part of the Homeland Security Division, and I find it's going to be really interesting to get to know all about that. Also from Adapt to It, Leslie Gabola is coming by, and I'm not sure what she's going to talk about. It's always a surprise. And then from Social Services, we have on Chelsea Leonard, and she is actually the liaison that works with our Social Service Department from the Council on Aging, and we're going to bring you a segment with Congresswoman Katie Porter.
Our meetings today is the GRF Agenda Prep meeting, which will be in the Willow Room at 9:30 this morning. Then we have the United Architectural Controls meeting, which will be in the Elm Room at 9:30. We have the United Governing Documents meeting, and that will be held in the Sycamore Room at 1:30. And then the Mutual 50 board meeting will be in the Towers at 2 p.m. All right, so National Gingerbread Cookie Day encourages us to grab the rolling pin and cookie cutters. The baking will warm the home, and decorating will inspire us for the holidays. A favorite food of an American monk, Gregory of Nicopolis, brought gingerbread to Europe around 992 AD and taught French Christians to bake it. Now, gingerbread was often used in religious ceremonies and was baked to be sturdy, as it was usually molded into images of saints. Gingerbread cookies make sturdy walls for houses, perfect for National Gingerbread House Day on December 12th, which I'm sure if I'm here, I will be telling you about, and tasty gingerbread families that can be decorated by children in your home. Now, shaping gingerbread into people is a centuries-old tradition. Queen Elizabeth I is said to have ordered gingerbread cut into the shapes of her courtiers. In Belgium, cookies were cut into folk characters such as Saint Nicholas. So you can see the cute little cookies there. No matter what shape of gingerbread cookie you choose, it's sure to bring a smile to anyone's face. So as you can see here, there's lots of different types of shapes that they do these days, not just gingerbread men. And our last slide is dedicated to Ken, because I think he would totally appreciate the Star Wars characters on the left. And then, of course, is that the Falcon, right?
Yes.
There you go. So enjoy, Ken. I'm going to order those for you for Christmas.
Those look good. You know what's interesting? I threw in a picture of the Mickey Mouse gingerbread people.
Oh, you did where?
In the previous slide. Now, the interesting thing is they sell those year-round at Disneyland, but then around the holidays, they kind of expand them, meaning they have their bigger sizes and stuff. But they should do the Star Wars ones. Man, those would sell. Maybe they do. I have not seen those, but that would be cool. Now, as far as the rain goes, we're going to still look at some isolated showers today, mostly cloudy. We'll get some sun in there. We already have, but even yesterday there was a little bit of sun, but pretty much cloudy today. As far as rain goes, at our house, we've had a total of 1/3 of an inch, which is a little bit less than I thought there would be, because usually in the foothills, because of the updraft, you get a little bit more rain. However, most of it, believe it or not, is south of here. San Diego was getting a lot of rain this morning. So we've certainly had a little bit. There was some that came in off the coast, but isolated showers throughout today. And that's really going to be about it. And partly cloudy tomorrow, and then a really nice over the weekend. We could have some offshore winds on Saturday and Sunday. Very cold winds, and that's indicative by the low temperatures, but particularly the overnight lows. So you can see there we're going to be hitting the upper 40s for several days. So kind of nice this time of the year. I like that. And it's going to be nice and sunny and clear going forward as we hit the weekend, at least for into probably Tuesday of next week. Now, let's look around the county, and all the temperatures are pretty much what we had yesterday. Big Bear, high of about 39 today, going down to about 19 at night, and they've had a dusting of snow up there. I think all told, it'll probably be maybe about 8 inches when it all gets done, which is not bad for the start of the season. Palm Springs, look at them, only a high of 65. So, you know, it's cold, well, cold for Southern California, when Palm Springs only has a high of 65. All right, we'll be back in just a moment.
have a brilliant smile because of brilliant dentistry. I love her expertise, her knowledge, her wisdom, and most of all, her patience with me.
We take the extra time to understand our patients' special needs and always perform the highest quality dental work at affordable prices in a relaxing and friendly environment. We perform everything from cleaning all the way to implant and sinus surgeries, all under one roof. Stop in or call and experience the brilliant smile difference.
Holiday season is near, and Diane's Hallmark is your one-stop shop for the special people in your life. We have beautiful, unique gifts and decorations, women's clothing, religious items, cards of course, and a wide selection of amazing, fun items you must see to believe. Come see why so many of your neighbors come to Diane's Hallmark for their holiday needs. Diane's Hallmark is close by in Laguna Niguel. Stop in to see our broad selection of year-round and seasonal gifts and cards.
We're a family business. I have my wife, my 2 sons that work in the business with me. So we really actually are a family-run business. We call them our extended family. We do it from the moment they walk into the office. We actually have personal relationships and friendships with our clients.
They're not just a client, they are part of our friends and family.
That's what we do here at Sterling Financial Advisors. We help people get peace of mind and quality of life in retirement.
Dr. Yi-Wing Tong and Dr. Elaine Tong specialize in treating chronic pain and other disorders without drugs or surgery. Our therapy uses anesthetic injections to enhance acupuncture, curing disorders by restoring circulation and health. Most of our patients have tried all kinds of therapies without benefit, but obtained relief with their first treatment. Whether you are suffering from chronic pain, mental disorders, or simply wanting to maintain optimal health, we are here to help. Call today for your free phone consultation.
Welcome back. We have the Orange County Sheriff's Department here today, and we have Captain Ross Cowett, and he is going to talk a little bit about some of the things that are involved with Homeland Security, as well as a variety of other divisions that you are responsible for, which, man, you have a big job.
I do. Yeah, it's busy.
Yes, definitely
Sure.
busy. And tell me a little bit about the divisions that, well, first of all, tell me how long you've been with the division and how things have been going in the Sheriff's Department.
Well, I've only been a part of this division, working in this division on and off for 6 years, but as the division commander since January 4th of this year, so not quite a year.
Okay.
Right,
Okay.
but I've worked within the division, and then I moved here as the commander.
Okay. All right.
Or
And
division commander.
the division commander. Okay,
captain.
great.
Yeah.
And now I understand now Homeland Security Division was developed in 2008, but there were a variety of other divisions that are underneath that to help with some sort of national disaster that we might have here. Tell me a little bit about how it all works.
Yeah, sure. So just for clarification, Homeland Security Division, but then there's bureaus under it, and I have 5 bureaus.
Okay.
And I have a lieutenant who runs each one of those bureaus.
All right.
Okay, so we have the OCTA, so we cover the buses, right, transport. We have the Harbor Patrol, cover the 40 miles of coast of California. We have three different stations there. We have Sunset Beach, Newport Beach, and Dana Point Harbor Patrol. And then we have our Air Support Bureau. So they actually do search and rescue and patrol operations support for, you know, high-speed chases or whatever, to have the helicopter there to help, or if we're doing a building search or whatever, a lot of patrol support there. We have our Mutual Aid Bureau, which is pretty extensive. So our Mutual Aid Bureau will help out on assisting OCFA with fires or any kind of natural disaster. We have a responsibility as mutual aid to all the other agencies in the county.
Okay.
And then sometimes there's an agreement to work outside of the county in that. But included in that bureau, we also have our reserve unit, and we have our explorers, and we have our mounted unit.
Oh, wow, okay.
Right, and then we have our Special Enforcement Bureau, which would be our SWAT team, our Tactical Apprehension team, K-9s, and our hostage negotiation team, all within that bureau.
That is an awful lot to
Keeps me
have.
busy. Sure.
I would imagine.
My phone's
so.
ringing.
Yeah, all the time,
Right.
all the time. So let's go back to the first one you mentioned, the harbor. So they patrol strictly an area of the ocean and the shores. So what are some of the things that they would be looking for?
Well, we vessel assist vessels that are maybe broken down, you know, outside the harbor, that are out there fishing, or on, you know, pleasure craft that are broken down. We assist with that. Fire, there's a lot of boat fires, you know, unfortunately. Also, and then maybe DUI boat.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you know, might have
Okay.
people driving boats under the influence. Our harbors are pretty busy on the weekend, and we're here in Southern California. It's beautiful
Right.
year-round, right?
Yeah.
So they're pretty busy.
Okay. But they have nothing to do with, I guess, how far out do they actually go?
So that's a great question. We work very closely with the Coast Guard
Okay.
and the Department of Homeland Security.
I see.
Right, and so we can go out several miles, but there is a point where if something happens, it's the responsibility of the Coast Guard or the
Gotcha.
Department of Homeland Security. But we actually work grant programs very closely with the Department of Homeland Security, working with maybe illegal aliens that are coming up, you know, via vessels or whatnot.
Okay.
So.
Okay. And then let's talk about the SWAT portion. Is that called the Special Enforcement Bureau?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so that is the picture that has what is he considered? A deputy, or that's hanging out of the helicopter?
Hanging out of the helicopter. That doesn't happen very often.
Oh, I know, but I like the picture nonetheless.
It's a great picture. So we have our full-time SWAT guys that are sitting in our office. We have four deputies and a supervisor.
Okay.
But we have 43 people on our SWAT team that would be their ancillary duty. So they're working in other areas of the department.
Okay.
But if we have a SWAT call out, they get deployed to that SWAT call out.
Okay. And then are they considered deputies? Or not?
Yeah.
Oh, it's the same.
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't sure. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you said this doesn't happen very often, but how does it? At what point do you actually need air support in a situation?
We would use them all the time. They have the infrared cameras where we can get heat sensors to see where our suspects are hiding or where they're sitting in a house.
Okay.
If we had a barricaded suspect and maybe that's the only person in the house, we can actually get a heat sensor of where they're at. They assist a lot. And the video footage. Right. We can do a video downlink from our helicopter that will feed to our SWAT command post so that we can get real-time footage of an aerial view of our situation. It's great.
Okay, and then let's talk about your canine unit, because you know, I've been seeing a lot of posts about the dogs and maybe older dogs, and they're celebrating the dogs. You know, there's a lot going on. So what's happening in your canine unit right now?
We have 9 full-time canine unit or dogs, and they age out just like we do, right? And get sick. Yeah. So there's a turnover there. There's a lot of support. People love dogs, right? So we had a lot of support from our advisory council, Sheriff's Advisory Council, who help support our canines and make sure we have everything we need there.
Right.
Yeah, the canines are fantastic at operation support. So we have them fully covered through the week, all parts of the week, for patrol support as well. And so anything a SWAT team would go to, a barricaded subject where our canine would respond to.
They do too. Okay.
Or if we have an officer that's in a foot pursuit or we're looking for somebody, the canines are fantastic.
Yeah.
And we treat them like one of us.
Right.
And they do a lot of work for us.
Who trains them?
Well, we get them somewhat trained, and then we train every Wednesday. Our canines train every Wednesday all day.
Is that with their owner?
With their owner, with their handler, yeah.
A handler, okay. Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot. Every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday we train our canines.
Is it in English or is it in a different language?
Both. English and probably German.
German, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never been a canine handler.
Right. Well, my daughter has a dog, and they're taking him out to Riverside, I guess, every week, and he's learning all the commands, but they're all in German.
Right.
So I thought that was kind of interesting. All right. So one last thing. Talk about the Mass Transit Bureau. How do you guys protect transportation?
So we have patrol officers. We have a contract with OCTA, and we have patrol officers. That unit has, I think we're up to 25 personnel or so, and we patrol all the bus stations and the right-of-ways, all the tracks where there's accessibility by pedestrians, etc., trying to make sure people aren't trespassing, so that we have, something happen with a train first pedestrian or whatever. So we spend a lot of time. We spend times on buses sometimes in an undercover capacity.
Gotcha.
And we work our trains and our train stations as well.
Okay.
So we work very closely with OCTA. We have good communications with them, and just protecting people in transport.
Nice to know.
So.
Nice to know that you guys are there, and we don't even know you're there. Right. That's a good thing. And then if there was a natural disaster, everybody becomes first responders in your divisions. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a great question because we spend a lot of time preparing for that.
Okay.
We have trainings regularly. I'll give you an example. So we have what we call a mobile field force and a sheriff's response team, an SRT team, we call it.
Okay.
And we are constantly training those groups. They come from all over the department. So maybe my division right now, we're at about 153 full-time employees in my division, but we have a force multiplier throughout the department if we have a disaster that we train on a regular basis so that we can mobilize a force to civil unrest, maybe during election, or maybe there's a fire and we need to do evacuations and assist. We'll bring out a mobile field force to assist in evacuations with OCFA, who we work very closely with.
Okay.
So.
Excellent. Well, gosh, thank you so much for all the
my
information. I know
pleasure.
we only had a few minutes, so hopefully
Sure, my pleasure.
over the course of the next few months, we'll have some of your other folks come on, maybe some of the lieutenants.
All right.
All right, thank you.
All right, thanks.
And remember that OCSD is out there, whether you know it or not, to protect us. So give them a high five next time you see them. We'll be right back.
Hello.
Hi, I'm Lieutenant Kimber Mood with the Orange County Sheriff's Department. We've seen an increase in phone scams where con artists pretend to be someone they are not, including law enforcement officers. Don't be a victim. Trust your instincts. If a call seems suspicious, it probably is. For example, the Orange County Sheriff's Department will never require payment over the phone. If you receive one of these calls, contact the Orange County Sheriff's Department as soon as possible and visit our website to learn more about scams.
Did you know that the Laguna Hills Lodge was originally built as a place for relatives or friends to stay when they were visiting? In 1968, Laguna Woods' residents built the first 2 buildings of the lodge because they wanted a place close by for visitors to stay. Since then, the lodge has become the spare bedroom for the Laguna Woods' residents. The lodge has received the TripAdvisor Award of Excellence 8 years in a row. We invite you to stay in one of our recently remodeled garden rooms and take advantage of a special offer for Laguna Woods' residents, family, and friends.
Gloria always went big. So we helped her plan a memorial service that no one would soon forget. This one's for you, Gloria. Only a Dignity Memorial professional can celebrate a life like no other. Find out how at dignityorangecounty.com.
At Freedom Village Assisted Living, we provide loving care and support when your loved one needs it most. We believe in laughing more and caring more. Dining will be an experience, not just a meal. We offer opportunities to create new memories. Your family will feel like they are part of our family as we work toward creating an extraordinary difference in lives worth living. To schedule a tour and complimentary lunch and for more information, please call us at 949-340-8108 or visit our website, freedomvillage.org.
At the Memorial Care Breast Center, Saddleback, you will always find a friendly face to guide you through your annual mammogram visit. Our staff, dedicated subspecialist breast radiologists, knowledge, and innovative technology await your visit to our center. With the Laguna Woods shuttle service right at our sidewalk, this convenient location offers you quick access for your appointment. You can expect nothing but the best for all your breast health needs at Memorial Care Breast Center, Saddleback.
Well, right now I'd like to welcome Chelsea Leonard. And Chelsea, she works with our social service department. Actually, she is with the Council on Aging here in Southern California, and she is Laguna Woods Village liaison. So nice to have you here today. Welcome.
Thank you.
So Chelsea, first let's kind of go over Council on Aging and just a brief summary about what they do and how that dovetails into the Friendly Visitor Program that I know the Council on Aging has your sort of county-wide one as well, right?
So the Council on Aging Southern California has a lot of different programs and great services to keep our county residents safe and healthy. And some of those programs are the high cap program, which I know you all are familiar with, that you can get unbiased information on your Medicare.
Right.
There's also the Reconnect program, which is wonderful in working with our residents in the community to re-engage them in social activities. We have the long-term care ombudsman program, keeping residents and facilities safe. So there's many different programs that we do. The one that I am part of is the Friendly Visitor program.
Right.
And it's really exciting because since January, we've had this wonderful partnership with the Social Services Department here at Laguna Woods Village and the Council on Aging Southern California to create a dedicated position for a social worker with the Friendly Visitor program. And I'm excited to be that social worker.
Yeah, and it's fantastic. So I know our Friendly Visitor program here has been going on for quite a long time. And part of it, now it's partnered with you folks, that it helps it expand a little bit more and also bring in your knowledge and the knowledge of the Council on Aging as well. So quite often you can tap into that.
Yes, I think it's so beneficial for the residents to be able to expand services that way, bringing in the joint expertise of the Council on Aging and Social Services Department. Our goal in the Friendly Visitor program is really to connect our residents with services and resources both in the community and outside the community that are beneficial. My specific role is to assist them navigating in those health and community resources because it can be overwhelming and frustrating at times. So on any given day, I could be helping a participant maybe connect with transportation services or find out about caregiving resources, maybe find out about food resources, safety in their home, or it's possible that maybe they want to get connected to activities they used to be involved in and not so much anymore, but they enjoy.
So your involvement here goes a little bit beyond just the Friendly Visitor program because you're bringing in these resources as well.
Yeah, that collaboration with the Council on Aging, definitely. And so we're looking at how do we connect our residents. Laguna Woods Village has so many great resources, and then also how do we get them connected to outside ones too to benefit them.
So the Friendly Visitor program, the real catalyst for this is that folks are that could be isolated a little bit more. You know, the whole thing about keeping active, keeping your mind active, having someone you can talk to, and that's really what it's always been about here.
Yeah, exactly. If somebody is maybe feeling lonely, feeling like they want to get out of the house, or maybe they're wanting to connect with someone, get a cup of coffee or go to church, or feeling like their social network is shrinking, this might be the perfect program for them. They could be a great candidate.
How do you find people? How does it happen that you come across folks? Are they calling in and asking, hey, I would love to have somebody come and visit me?
Yeah, we get referrals from a lot of ways. Social workers can refer within to our program. We also could get referrals if you see a neighbor or your friend in the community, or maybe yourself. You can all call in to the Social Services Department. The best way, and the number, I don't know if it'll be on the screen.
Yeah, we've got this number here, our Social Services Department.
Yes, perfect. So that 949-597-4267. You can call and sign up. I'll then give them a call, set up a good time that we can meet together, find out a little bit more about their interests and needs, and talk about the program. And then from there, we'll see if it's a good fit. They'll be enrolled in the program. And then we can work on setting those goals and work on a plan that way, while our program coordinator, Kathy, will work on finding a wonderful volunteer in our community to start meeting with them in their homes.
Now, looking at some of the things that you folks do, it seems to have expanded more than just Friendly Visitor, because I see on here individual service care and coordination of care.
Yes.
So is that all part of the Friendly Visitor program?
Yes.
Okay, so it really has expanded, because it used to be simply, we're going to connect you with a friend, so to speak, And that was really what that plan was about.
Right, right. Yeah, now with this collaboration, I get to meet with them and really work one-on-one and figure out, okay, what do we need to work on? What are our joint goals? And then we'll work together on helping navigate those many different systems and resources.
Okay, so that is really nice because instead of just saying, okay, we're gonna have somebody to come out to your home once a week or every couple weeks for you to visit with, which is great.
Yes.
You now have the opportunity to talk with them and find out, okay, is there more that we can connect you to and do for you?
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. That's why we're all so excited about this expansion in services.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, as far as some of these services that are a lot of this stuff, what is really great is the wide network that you folks have. And so referrals to different resources. We got a good network here, but you expand on that because of it's all part of Southern California.
Yes, yeah. I think we can bring in some of those additional resources and then really partner the expertise that we've got going from the Social Services Department and the Council on Aging, bring it all together to really benefit our residents more. Yeah.
As far as the friendly visitor part goes, how do you find people on the other side of that are the ones that go out and make the visits?
So we also similarly, people can call into the Social Services Department if they're interested in volunteering. Kathy works so hard to recruit and train and bring in those wonderful volunteers. So, so it's an exciting program.
And you try and find people that are kind of like-minded or maybe find a common interest?
Right. She works really diligently on figuring out what a good match would look like. We actually, one example of this is we have a resident currently in the program. He's been in the village for about 25 years, veteran. And another social worker referred him because he had mentioned he's been feeling lonely. He hasn't been able to get out of the house as much with some health conditions. So after finding out a little bit more information, we were able to work with him to see what kind of benefits he would qualify to get some more care in the home through veterans. And then also connect him with services in the community where he's meeting other residents that have similar health challenges. And then simultaneously, Kathy was working to get him a wonderful volunteer, similar interests. And now that volunteer's meeting with him weekly, and he loves connecting with them.
So there's really a lot more to it now.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, that is, as far as the change in people when they start getting visitors, you must really see the benefit of that.
You know, because I've just started, I feel like I haven't yet seen all of those results quite yet. But we do know that people see such a difference in that mental and physical health from having a meaningful social interaction. And then, of course, us addressing those other needs just will help benefit even further.
And often it's just making them aware, especially if they live here. Even if they're a little more homebound, there's so many different things that go on here that they can get involved with. And maybe they just, need that helping hand to point them in the right direction.
Yes.
Yeah, very good. So you're with the Council on Aging, but you're here most of the time?
Yes, I am. Yep, I'm right in the office downstairs in the Social Services Department.
All right, which is a great department. So if you ever have any questions about this or anything else with social services, call them at 597-4267. They have a lot of resources down there. And of course, perhaps you'd like to volunteer to help out with this. And you can call that same number and they'll connect you up with someone. Right?
Yes.
All right, Chelsea, thank you very much.
Yes.
You take care.
You too.
We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm John Bowser-Bauman. You probably know me best as Bowser from Sha-Na-Na, but I'm also president of Social Security Works PAC. And when I'm in Laguna Woods, I always watch Village television. Grease for peace.
Welcome back. Today I have Congresswoman Katie Porter here with us. who's been in Washington, and I know you have a lot to fill us in, so how are you doing?
I'm doing fine. I've been going back and forth now since January 3rd when I was sworn in. That was a very fun day, beginning this responsibility. It was also my 45th birthday, so it was a pretty special event.
Special birthday.
But I fly back and forth most weeks. The commute is long. I think that's one of the hardest parts about doing the job, is just the need to go back and forth and really be working hard in both places for the people of the 45th district.
Right, and you said it was like 10 hours, right?
It's 10 hours door to door. I fly out of our local airport, John Wayne, make a connection, and then when I land in DC, I go straight to the Capitol to vote that first night. Usually we'll be in DC for 2, 3, 4 days, then get back on the airplane and reverse it, come back here into the district and take meetings. So this morning I met with the Orange County Hispanic Chamber of Commerce to learn more about how they're supporting our local businesses. And after I finish up here, I'm going to go read a book at an elementary school and tour some of their tech classrooms.
Oh, that's great. I mean, there's a lot of things that you have to do, not just for seniors, but for everybody here in our district. Is there anything in particular that was hard for you when you first got to Congress?
I mean, I think one of the things that you don't think about is just that the Capitol is a big complex. And so I can't tell you how grateful I am to all of the existing members on both sides of the aisle, Republican or Democrat. I spent a lot of time asking, is this the right fun part of it?
Oh, that's great. So we have our 55 and over community, and I think one of the most important things to seniors is Medicare. And you know, that's coming up. Open enrollment is coming up pretty soon. What are some of the things that you can share with us about what's going on with Medicare?
Well, one of the things we've been working hard to address is the cost of prescription drugs within Medicare. And you know, we hear a lot from constituents about how they're being hit with high prescription drug costs. We have the so-called donut hole in how we're addressing prescription drugs. So there's a new bill being proposed by the Democratic caucus that would reduce and cap the amount that seniors have to pay out of pocket. And so they would have certainty as to the maximum amount that they would have to owe. We're also working to make it possible for Medicare to directly negotiate drug prices. So right now there's a provision that prohibits the government from negotiating drug prices. And that's a real problem, not just for seniors who then end up paying higher prices, but for all of us who are paying taxes to help support the Medicare program. So that's one of our top priorities when I head back to Washington next week.
Okay, and then, so obviously prescription drugs, and then what about you know, just going to the doctor and things like that? Are things still being, are they being covered or are they being denied?
Well, one of the things we're working on is making sure that all of people who are on Medicare have choices, that they can go to the doctors that they prefer, and also working to make sure that reimbursement rates are sufficient to keep people taking Medicare. I know that there are certain areas, for example, mental health, where a lot of the psychiatrists or psychologists don't take Medicare, and this leaves seniors paying out of pocket for much needed health care. So I'm part of the mental health caucus, and that's one of the things that we're looking at, is how do we make sure that providers are getting reimbursed at a fair rate so that people can keep their preferred doctors and continue to get that continuity of care as they move from private insurance into the Medicare system.
Oh, that would be great. All right, good. And then, gosh, you know, I'm going to be interviewing a group that helps prevent fraud with Medicare, and now there's frightening things that are happening with Medicare where they can get the number and they can charge things. What are some things that you're doing about that?
Well, Medicare fraud really hurts us all. It obviously hurts the seniors, but it also is ultimately about abusing the taxpayer system. We all contribute to the Medicare system, and we're all counting on it to be there for us. And so I fought for additional funding for an existing program that we have that helps identify and combat fraud in the Medicare system. And so I'm really hopeful that when we see the Senate come back with their version of the appropriations bill, that this is something that we can put more resources into. So a little bit of money spent here in preventing Medicare fraud actually saves a lot of taxpayer dollars from being abused on the back end. So I'm excited about that amendment.
And so that is on a federal level?
That's on a federal level, absolutely.
Okay. All right, what are some things that you think seniors could do to help prevent that here?
Yeah, so one of the things I'll just encourage anyone to do, whether it's a fraud-related issue or any kind of problem with accessing their Medicare benefits, is to reach out to our office. So we have our main offices in Irvine, and we have folks who work in the district who are happy to come and do roundtables or do presentations. But if you're having problems with your Medicare benefits, if you suspect Medicare fraud, you can call our office office, and we're happy to help assist you, try to make an appropriate referral, for instance, to the Inspector General if necessary. So I just encourage people who need help with any federal agency, whether it's veterans benefits, Medicare, to reach out. We just welcomed today, I just did a video introducing the constituents to our new Wounded Warrior Fellow.
Oh, great.
So I'm really excited to welcome him to the district. It's a national program, bipartisan, to help people who have been honorably discharged after 5 years of active duty to be able to get experience working in Congress. So we in the 45th District are really honored to be one of the areas that was chosen to host this Wounded Warrior Fellow. So particularly for those out there who are struggling to access VA health care, I encourage them to also call our office for help.
Oh, that's great. Now, if they can also go to your website, and that would have all the information too. And that's
absolutely
porter.house.gov, right?
Porter.house.gov, and there you can sign up for a newsletter if you'd like to receive updates and information. I recently sent out a newsletter about what we're doing with higher education. We did one last month about our work on talking to environmentalists here in the district, including a lot of wonderful older Americans and seniors who in their time are working on conservation projects, protecting wildlife, and making sure that our, their kids and their grandkids are going to be able to enjoy the beauty here in Orange County.
Nice, that's great. I know we talked about the bills. Run some statistics by me regarding some healthcare costs. You talk a little bit about the tax deductions that are maybe not offsetting families. What do they need to?
So one of the things that changed recently in our tax code, President Trump proposed a tax bill. It was passed into law, and a couple of changes have really been hitting hard here locally. One of them of particular importance to seniors. So one of the changes is that there's a cap now on the amount of state and local tax that you can deduct from your federal tax. So that cap is $10,000. For a lot of us, because of the cost of our homes, because of our local taxes, they hit that cap. So we held a tax town hall in April, got stories from folks around the district telling us what happened to your taxes this year. Did that deduction cause you to pay a higher tax bill than before? And this is an issue of tax fairness. This is falling very hard on California.
Exactly.
So that's something I'm leading the charge, bipartisan basis, cooperating across the aisle with others to try to repeal that change. In terms of seniors, one of the things that happened in the new tax law is that it raises the threshold of how much of your income has to be paid to medical expenses before you can take a deduction for those medical costs. So the previous threshold was 7.5%. If 7.5% of your income was being spent on medical bills, we said, wow, this person's being really cost burdened. We want to help them a little bit with their tax bill. The President Trump's tax law raises that amount to 10% of your income. For about 800,000 Americans, that's going to prevent them from taking this tax deduction. And at a time when healthcare costs are such a struggle for families, we need to be making it easier for families to get help with paying for medical costs, not making it harder. So I have a bill that would make permanent that 7.5% threshold, which again is going to provide some tax benefits for families who are dealing with high healthcare costs.
Okay, all right, thank you. That's good information. And then AARP, is this the bill that they're endorsing, or is there a different one?
Yep, no, so we have a great support from senior organizations for this bill. We also have a bill that we've been working on to help with home care costs. So as people begin to age, their needs change. A lot of folks have made contributions over the years to what are called health savings accounts, or HSAs. And there's a list of expenses that you can use, qualified expenses, your HSA for. I have a bipartisan bill, again, cooperating with a Republican, that would make it possible for people to use their hard-saved HSA dollars to pay for home care as they age. So rather than letting those dollars just sit in an account, we're trying to free them up so people can use their own money to meet their medical needs. So I'm very hopeful, because that's a bipartisan bill, I'm hopeful we're going to be able to bring that into law here in the upcoming months.
So when you say home care, are we talking about nurses or assistants?
Nurse visits, potentially kinds of hospice care, physical therapy that might be better performed in the home, for instance, for patients who may not be able to travel easily. And so really the goal of this health savings account is to let people plan for their medical needs in the future. And of course, home care is part of that. And so if people are better cared for with better outcomes in the home, they should be able to use their accounts to pay for that.
I think that's a great one, because sometimes you don't always know what's covered under the HSA.
That's right.
I mean, you have lists, but they're a little vague.
They're vague and they change, and so this is an effort to kind of expand and match people's needs to the parameters of the program.
Now, before we came on, we were talking a little bit about the voting system and how it's going to change. Can you give us some insight into that?
Yeah, we're so fortunate here in Orange County to have an amazing registrar of voters. I know he's come on the channel many times to talk about how to vote. And so this year we're going to see some changes. And these changes are really designed to do two things, both of which I think are terrific. One is to reduce the costs of the voting system. So we, like every jurisdiction, we need to keep making improvements to ensure the security and safety, integrity of our voting system. And then the other is to make it easier for people to vote, including people who maybe can't drive, people who work different shift schedules, just can't get there 9 to 5 on election day. So we're going to be moving to a system of voting centers and also much increased participation by vote by mail. So everyone's going to be getting a vote by mail ballot. And they can return that if it's easier for them than going in person. So I just encourage everyone to make sure they're registered to vote. You can go to the Orange County Registrar of Voters website, double check your registration, because our primary elections here in California are moved way up. So March 3rd, California, this area, Orange County, is going to be going to the ballot box, and I hope to see everybody taking part in that important civic responsibility.
All right, well, thank you very much. It was very nice to see you.
Thank you so much.
And have a great time in Washington and the rest of your weekend here in Orange County.
Thank you so much.
All right. And remember that, as Katie mentioned, you definitely need to make sure that you register to vote so you can be a part of the primary coming up in March. We'll be right back after this.
Choice for wood flooring and more is LA Carpet.
Now during their 2-day sale, visit their showroom now and get 65% off wood flooring, laminate, and waterproof flooring.
Plus, get 5-year, 0% financing.
LA Carpet, #1 for you.
Leslie Gabola is here today from Adapt to It, and today you've brought us, 4 different things.
Yeah.
Yes, and one of them, a couple of them I kind of obviously know what they are. So let's talk about, which one do you want to talk about first?
We'll talk about the biggest one first, this one. And this, I think I've had this on several times, but I can never say too much about it just because it's a simple, easy exercise equipment that you can take anywhere. This one actually folds, so technically you can take it with you anywhere you go. And you can use it tabletop like this, so to exercise your arms. It has a tension rod here, so you can tighten it up, make it a little bit tighter. But it's mostly a bike, like you put it in front of a wheelchair, a chair, anything, under a desk, and put your feet on here, and then just use it as a peddler. It's a transportable peddler.
That is great.
And helps with circulation. I've had some people that have to keep moving for circulatory reasons. So it does that. It helps with edema, swelling. Gives you, if you have a desk job, you can put it under your desk, and it gives you a little bit of exercise.
That's great. And you know, Leslie invented this because she was riding her bike one day and the wheels fell off. And she goes, what am I doing? Hey, this is a great, no, I'm just kidding. But no, but I can see this is something, you know, even for anyone who maybe even has a desk job, regardless of age, putting this under the desk.
Exactly.
I could see it just kind of relaxing and relieving tension.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
Especially if you're working on one of those tough projects and you just, can't move, but you want to move.
Yeah.
So this is a good
Very
option.
cool. All right, I'm going to put this aside.
Okay.
Just so we can see you a little bit better and the other stuff. So let me put that there. Okay, now.
Okay. So now I brought a couple of my favorite hygiene items.
Okay.
We have a ton, we have a huge area of hygiene items. And for anybody that's been in the store, they know that, and that includes all kinds of incontinence products and stuff. But a couple of the things that are overlooked, and one of the things, when people are in the hospital, nobody washes their hair. And so, it's a mess. I mean, if you can't get out of bed, it's a total mess. Now, I being me, when I was a therapist, I used to go in and I used to make the mess and wash people's hair for them. But these weren't invented then. And what this is, it's a shampoo cap. And it is amazing. So it has like non-rinse shampoo in it. You put it in the microwave for like 20 seconds,
Yeah.
make it warm, and it's a cap. And you put it on, then you would go squish, 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 squish. And then you take it off, and then you towel dry it, comb the hair, and it's clean.
That's amazing.
And it smells great, and your hair dries normally. So it
wow.
doesn't dry all icky and stringy. It dries beautifully. You can blow
That's a
dry
great
it.
idea.
Yeah, it's a fabulous
That's
idea.
a really good idea.
You know, if you
Wow.
camp or
You know,
you're
there you
going-
go. Yeah, this could be
Yeah.
for anyone.
Really,
Yeah.
camping or going down to help out, you know, for the hurricanes or anything where you
Yeah.
can't, you don't have soap and water, but you feel grungy. If you wash your hair, it really helps. So this
That's
really,
a great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
it is.
camping. I don't camp, but you know, a lot of people do.
Yeah, I love that thing.
All right.
And then the other thing along kind of the same line, this is a foaming body cleanser.
Okay.
And this
Oh, okay.
foam, so you pump it out and it's foam and it's light and fluffy. It feels really good. It's got olive oil in it and skin conditioners. And it's non-rinse.
Now this is, again, for all the reasons you just said.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it's non-rinse, so you don't have to worry about it. Again, if somebody is in bed, they
Yeah.
can't get up. You can spray it onto a little washcloth if you want, or a sponge, or
Good
just
idea.
use it as it is.
Yeah, I like that idea.
And that's real easy.
Very good. Now we're going to move on to, I know that Leslie and all her plethora of canes.
My plethora of canes.
She always has different ones and different little things that can go on them. And this one that looks like it's got a kind of a Mardi Gras thing
Yeah,
going on.
exactly. And we have like probably 10 or 12 of these in the
Yeah.
store, not this exact pattern. We have different patterns, different colors.
Right, yeah.
So you can come pick what you like. And I like a couple things about this. Number one is the base, so it has a little bit of a
and
bigger
you've talked about this before. Yeah.
stability, right?
Yeah.
And then the other thing is it's pretty, but it has a couple of things on it. This is a holder for your cell phone, keys, a little bit of money, whatever you need. And then this is a light, and it actually works. I don't know if it works to turn it on here, but it you can shine it anywhere. And
That's great.
it moves,
Yeah.
so you can always have your light with you.
That's a great little holder. Yeah.
Because one of the things that I've noticed, and this will actually, the holder will go, and this one will go on anything that has like tubing on it.
Oh
so
yeah,
a
you can use it
wheelchair
on a
walker.
bike or whatever. Yeah, that's a great idea.
Because
yeah.
one of the things that I've noticed walking through, and it's coming up again, especially in winter, around 4 o'clock, walking through Laguna Woods, there are not a lot of lights.
Yes.
It's
yes, we
very-
know that.
It's very
Yeah.
poorly lit. So having a little bit of extra light that you can take with you and even have on your mobility equipment to light your way,
Yeah.
it's going to prevent falls.
I
you
like
know,
that.
this
Yeah, that's a great. And again,
So-
you know, the light, you can use that for so many different things.
Exactly. And it moves so you can do
If you have a
whatever.
walker, if you're just a bicyclist and you don't want to have a permanent light on there, nowadays with LED lights, you know, that's going to last for hours off
Exactly.
a single battery. So.
Exactly. You don't have to worry about
And I
batteries
have to
running
mention
out.
something. I've said this. You taught me this a long time ago. There's so many people who walk around, click, click.
Yeah, you can undo it and
click.
try. Yeah. Mhm.
And it's very annoying. All you got to do is tighten this little ring up, and there you go.
That's
You
it.
taught me that because I asked,
Yeah.
why do these? This was years ago. Why do these canes always make these noises? Because people don't.
Yeah.
Tighten
It's
them up.
the magic ring.
It's a very simple thing to do.
And
Yes.
then, so we have the large bases, and then we have canes.
Yeah.
These are like canes that are already put together. But if you have a special cane at home that you like, but you need a tip on it, or something that has a little bit of a broader base,
Right,
we have
yeah.
them separately.
Yeah,
so you
you've
can
got all
put them on.
kinds, as a matter
And
of
then
fact.
actually I brought a little mini one.
Yeah.
And it does the same thing, it's just a little bit of a smaller base.
Mm-hmm.
So if you need just a little bit of help, you can use the little tip.
And what
the
you
little
can
tip.
see on this one, there's just a little bit of a give here. So when you go to put this down, you've got that a little bit of stability.
Right.
This one's a little stiffer, but
Right.
still,
Right.
you know, the same thing. Much
Right.
better than not having one.
Exactly.
And these are all interchangeable. You can buy different. You can buy the cane you want, and then
Put the tip on it
put
that
the
you
tip
want.
on and things like that. So all
Yeah.
different kinds of stuff.
Very easy.
And canes of every kind and every color.
Every kind and every
You
color.
even have clear ones.
I do.
I'm waiting for the one that has built-in LED lights inside.
You know, somebody asked for that.
I bet you that someday or somewhere they're out there.
I'm going to have to talk to my manufacturer and see if we can get that done.
That would be kind of neat.
It would be.
Yeah. Very good. And of course, they are located right there on the corner of El Toro and Paseo de Valencia. They also have one in Newport Beach off, is it 16th or
16th and Newport.
Yeah. And if you want to go down there, you can as well. All kinds of different things, as you can see here. She's brought a variety of different ways to help you with your life. And you know, what's really nice is she knows her stuff. She's an occupational therapist. She's not just going to sell you something going, here, you need a cane, here you go. She's going to figure out in her team there which is right for you, whatever it may be. Because this is really great. Maybe this isn't right for you, and she'll tell you that.
Definitely.
Right?
I'm very honest.
Yes, you are. And she keeps her hair really clean with this shower. Sometimes
every morning.
Sometimes in the store she'll have this on, just in case you see her with that. Good to see you.
Thank you. Great to be here
care.
always.
Bye-bye. We'll be right back.
Come to the world premiere of Oi, It's Christmas. Sing along with the Hallmark Holiday Band. Hear the stories behind some of your favorite holiday tunes. Only one performance, Sunday, December 15th at 2 p.m. Tickets are on sale now at the Performing Arts Center, $10 and $12 each. See you there.
Most real estate agents stick to the 3 Ps of marketing. They place it on the MLS, they put up a sign, and pray that it sells. Laguna Premier Realty takes a different approach to marketing your home. From professional and high-quality photos to high-definition video, single property websites, and 3D virtual tours. We will make your property stand out and, most importantly, sell. So whether you are looking to list your current home or find your dream home in the Village, Laguna Premier Realty is here to help.
It's time to make plans for the year ahead. The birthdays, the holidays, the heydays. But what if you could plan on the unexpected? The fresh starts, with nearby care and a dedicated team. Or plan on reaching milestones, pushing limits, with a network of support that turns what if into I can. This open enrollment season, plan on a healthcare system that's ready for anything. Plan on Memorial Care. Wherever the year takes you, we're here.
And our movie coming up today, Friday, is Ophelia, and this is based on Hamlet. It's a reimagining of the tale of Hamlet. As a rebellious, motherless child, Ophelia is taken into Elsinore Castle by Queen Gertrude as one of her most trusted ladies in waiting. Soon enough, Ophelia captures the affections of the young Prince Hamlet, and a passionate romance kindles between the two in a secret as the kingdom is on the brink of war amidst its own political intrigue and betrayal. Looks like a really good movie. It stars Daisy Ridley, Clive Owen, and Naomi Watts. So a very good cast, and it came out just over the summer. So new movie, fairly new movie.
Yeah, it looks good. It looks
so
good.
there you are.
We were talking about that yesterday. And that movie is brought to you by Escrow Options. Then we also have on Monday, November 25th at 2 and 6 p.m., we have Fast and Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw. And this is Brixton Lore is a cybernetically enhanced soldier who possesses superhuman strength, a brilliant mind, and a lethal pathogen that could wipe out half of the world's population. That sounded like a Mission Impossible one. Wasn't there something like that?
Yeah.
It's now up to hulking lawman Luke Hobbs and lawless operative what's his name? Deckard Shaw, to put aside their past differences and work together to prevent the seemingly indestructible lore from destroying humanity. Man, save the world. I like the way you put, oh no.
Yes.
Okay, it stars Dwayne Johnson, Jason Statham, and Idris Elba, and it does look like it's a comedy, adventure, action. Looks like it looks good.
Yeah.
I think it'll be a nice, entertaining movie. So enjoy that one on Monday, November 25th, 2 and 6 p.m., and that's brought to you by RadNet.
Yeah, that looks very good.
Yeah.
All
what
right.
else do we have?
Well, if you're
lunch.
watching us in the morning, you have a chance to attend Advanced Air Care. They're having a free lunch and learn event. That is at 11:30. So if you're watching this in the morning,
Today.
please give them a call at 949-837-2323, and that way they can put your name on the list, okay? That's, oh, excuse me, that's the wrong number. I gave the wrong number of Geneva Church because it's at Geneva
it's at the Geneva
Presbyterian Church.
Presbyterian, yeah.
I guess you'd call that as well. Let me give you their number. Advanced Ear Care is 949-313-7244.
Should we to quickly talk about the Holiday Festival?
The Holiday Festival, yes.
So the Holiday Festival, it's the 4th annual. It's on Saturday, December 7th, and that will be in Clubhouse 2 from 6 to 7:30 p.m. It is a free event. They will have snow, Santa and Mrs. Claus, games and crafts, tree lighting, performance by the Sugar Plums, free hot cocoa and cookies. So it looks like a lovely, fun event, and they're having Fire Station 22 guys come out. So that should be a lot of fun. They're very nice people over there.
And those ladies are called I think they're called the Patriot Ladies at 4th of July. And they just changed their name.
Well, wait, what the heck?
Yeah.
You know, they could just change that. Okay, they want you to bring a new unwrapped toy or sports equipment for the Spark of Love toy drive. So that'll be a fun event.
Yeah, that's always a good fun thing. All right, the weather, well, I'm looking outside right now and I'm beginning to see a little bit of sun. I have mostly cloudy, but I think we're going to clear up a little bit quicker than anticipated. There's still a chance of isolated showers. This really wasn't a big rain event, but it was a cold one. And those cold or cool temperatures are going to remain, particularly overnight, as you can see, all the way through into next week. Although on Saturday and Sunday, there is a chance of maybe a little bit of those offshore breezes, but they're going to be cold ones, as you can see. And around Orange County, cool temperatures are really all over Southern California. Pretty much the low 60s is going to be the standard today. Big Bear, they're only about 39 degrees as their high. So cold up there. They're going down to about 20 at night.
Yeah, good.
As I said before, 8 or 9 inches of snow they got in this event. Yeah,
good start.
It is a good start, but it's probably going to warm up enough and
it all melts away.
It's going to all melt away.
But you know, if they keep the temperatures low up there, if it still stays low, they can still make snow. So, you know, as long as they've got the temperatures low.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and I think like I said, the overnights are going to be 20 or so, and that'll go up, but I think they'll start to remain freezing for most of it.
That'll be good.
All right,
be good
we're
for all
out
you
of time.
ski people. All right, out of time.
So,
have a great day in the village, and just to let you know, we have United Mutual Update, Sterling Financial, Global Harmony Symphony, and the City Council meeting report tomorrow, so tune in. Have a great day in the village, and we'll see you tomorrow.